everyone, Randy here, and we're playing Farming Simulator 17 on the March map on the RDAllen multiplayer server. And we are joined by quite a few people on the server here at the moment. A little bit busy here. We got Thomas, Norway, Dustin, Chris, Lightbulb, and Mike. So like I said, a little bit busier than it normally is this time of day. And just a reminder here again for anybody that would like to join us on the multiplayer servers, links are in the description below for the mods needed to join the server. And keep in mind, we do kind of keep updating the mods here. For example, here, the John Deere 9770. Gotta make sure I say that right. The 9770 STS here. This is the older John Deere combine, older series of John Deere combines. The newer ones are now the 690s, 680s, 670s, 660s. And as far as I know, I think it was 652, I believe. So basically the 600 series of John Deere combines. And we are harvesting some sunflowers here at the moment too. So yes, download links. The first download link there should download all the mods needed to join the server. And the second download link for the server will take you to the server download page where you can download the mods individually. You know, for example, if you joined in the past and you only need a couple of the mods, you can use that link and just download the couple of mods that you need. And then there's also information for the TeamSpeak server as well. At the moment, we are requiring you to get on TeamSpeak to get the password to join the multiplayer servers. The multiplayer servers are password protected, and you can get that password when you join TeamSpeak. You should get a little pop-up that appears and lets you know what the password is. And like I said, we're pretty much just using that to try to keep the troublemakers off. For the most part, works pretty good. And not to mention as well, if you are on TeamSpeak, I think you'll have a much better experience on the multiplayer server. Much easier to communicate that way. And by the way, you don't have to have a mic. If you don't have one, you don't need that to join TeamSpeak. So if you don't have one, don't worry about it. We do have several individuals that do join us on TeamSpeak that don't have mics or don't want to talk, either one. You can still use the in-game chat or chat through TeamSpeak as well. Pretty much your preference there. And of course, when I say multiplayer servers, I do mean servers. We do have two servers currently running the March map here on server 2. And Chellington map is still on server 1 yet. I think it's been a little bit slower there on server 1 since we put the March map here on server 2. Pretty much everybody's been really enjoying this map, it seems like. And like I mentioned, the first episode, I think it was the second episode, might have been the second episode there. For those of you who have not seen this map before, looks very similar to the 2013 Westbridge Hills map. The only really major difference is it's pretty much been flattened out, and you know, a few minor other changes here and there as well. Obviously there's pigs on this map, which I don't know, where are the pigs here? I've actually not looked for those. Oh, let's see, where are the pigs? See the cows, sheep. Yeah, not entirely sure where the pigs are. I don't see the pigs here right offhand. I'm guessing they're on here somewhere, though, because we do have some pigs. Oh, there they are. Okay. Right by field 20 there, I believe, is the pigs. And this combine here, by the way, does have a little bit of a large drain tank on it, like 25,000, I've been told. Might change that sometime in the future. That is just a little bit overkill for a combine like this. Probably should be something more in the 14,000 or so range. Doesn't look like this really has that large of a grain bin extension on it either. Pretty much like the standard grain bin for this size combine. And the one thing I do notice with this combine I don't particularly like, number one, the textures aren't altogether that great, but the main thing I notice with this combine, and if you look straight on at this combine, it just looks weird to me, it's the tires. I don't know about you folks, but them tires look like really, really, really narrow for some reason. I mean, like the type of tires you'd expect to see on like a sprayer or something like that, not on a combine. The rear tires look pretty good. It's just, yeah, the front tires, I don't know why. They just look really narrow for some reason. I do like the fact that it does have duals. I don't believe that's an option. I'm pretty sure this combine doesn't have any options when you buy it. It just comes the one way. But that would be cool in the future if somebody actually comes out with, you know, a combine pack where you can actually select the size of the combine. Say you want the 9770 here or a 9870 or some size in between. That would be pretty cool, and you can select the tires and stuff like that. Even, you know, option for extended grain tank would be pretty cool. Just some thoughts for any mod authors out there looking to make some cool mods, at least in my opinion anyway. Good John Deere combine pack, or even the newer John Deere combine pack as well. You know, get the 600 series, S600 series John Deere combines. So like I was saying earlier, 690, 680, would be the S690, S680, S670, S660, S650. And I don't know if they go any smaller than that or not. I'm not obviously real familiar with all the John Deere numbers, but those are a couple of the ones I am familiar with. Not actually sure how large this header is on. Is this the largest? It must be the largest header on here, I'm assuming. It seems like this pipe hangs out really far compared to the size of this header. Like we got somebody started planting this field already. Anyway, we'll read a couple comments here a moment. Brian was asking, anyone having issues with the King Ranch mod? It won't work in my career game. We had the same issue on the multiplayer server as well. The King Ranch would not work. And we determined it was actually the corn mill and CCM mod. Once we removed both of those mods, then the King Ranch worked just fine again. I don't know why, but there's definitely an issue with a corn mill and CCM mod. Now, I don't know exactly which one it was, if it was both of them or it was just one of them. But definitely something with those mods caused an issue with the King Ranch. So pretty much, you know, do you want the King Ranch or do you want the corn mill mod? So, as you folks can probably see, the King Ranch is still here yet. Although the corn mill and CCM mod are kind of cool mods. Yeah, we just figured we kind of wanted the King Ranch a little more. It's a good supply truck. Got the fuel, seeds, and fertilizer in it. And not to mention, too, it seems like the CCM and corn mill mod, we were unable to harvest sunflowers with the corn head. So what I'm doing right now with the corn head here, speaking of the corn head, I probably should like buy an actual sunflower head. This would actually go a little quicker. But anyway, we were unable to harvest sunflowers with the corn head here. And we figured that's because of the corn mill and CCM mod. Again, once you remove that, it seems like harvesting sunflowers with the corn head here like this is working again. Otherwise, it was not working for some reason. John was saying, great version of West Bridge. I've played many hours in 13 and 15. Just wished they used American roads. He says the kilometer per hour and the side markers with the American flag field do not match. Actually, I have not noticed that. Is there actually kilometers per hour on this map, really? Wouldn't particularly surprise me. But yeah, like I said, I've not really paid attention to the markings on this map. One thing I will say, this does actually have roads on it, whereas it seemed like a lot of the roads on at least the original Westbridge Hills are just dirt paths. This actually does have roads on it, which is kind of nice. Grant was saying, congrats on 30,000 subs. Yes, we are currently at 30,000 subscribers. So yes, a big thanks to all those of you for subscribing and commenting and liking and all that good stuff. Spencer says, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Yes, it is almost Christmas, right around the corner here pretty much. At the time I'm recording this, 3 days away. And I've heard from quite a few of you folks saying you're either getting, Farming Simulator for Christmas, or you're getting a computer so you can play Farming Simulator on. So that is pretty cool. Brayton was also saying Merry Christmas and great video. Thank you very much for that. Oh, forgot to lower the header. There we go. Much better. Actually, I don't think I forgot to lower it. I think I just, when I pushed the button on the side panel here, it did another one of those double tap things. For those of you who have the Farming Simulator steering wheel and side panel, I don't know if you've noticed this, but it seems like randomly when you push buttons, if you don't push it firmly, it does like a double push. So when you go to lower something, it lowers it, raises it right back up because it actually pushed it twice. I've noticed if you firmly push the button, it doesn't do that, but sometimes if you just kind of like lightly tap the button, it tends to like do a double action of whatever it's supposed to do. So if you turn something on, it turns it right back off again. Miller Farms was saying you could have just used your steering wheel, and that way you probably wouldn't have missed as much. So he's talking about bailing there last episode with the windrows. Very good point. Probably wouldn't have missed quite as much that way. Oh well. And for those you wondering, yes, I am using my steering wheel here at the moment. Do get the question every now and then, how often do I use it? It's about 50-50. Just with my desk setup, it makes it a little bit difficult to use my keyboard when I have my steering wheel set up, so about 50-50. So after a while, I get sick of having to reach across my steering wheel to the keyboard. I pull the steering wheel back off and set the keyboard back up. And then, yeah, after a while again, I feel like using the steering wheel, so I get that set back up. So about 50-50% of the time. I do need to figure out like a better desk setup so I can actually use it a little more often. Something where it's not in the way. And I have gotten a couple questions. Where can you get the Farming Simulator steering wheel at? I actually don't really have an answer for that at the moment. Saytech, which originally made the steering wheel, was bought out by Logitech, so it's now Logitech that sells the steering wheel. And to my knowledge, they're not available yet, at least last time I looked. So not sure exactly when that's going to happen. One thing I'm a little bit curious about here, it seems like Saytech did a really nice job here when they made the steering wheel and side panel. Don't have any driver issues with it, no software issues. The hardware does feel like it's a little bit cheap, like I said, with the buttons. If you don't firmly push them, you get like a double action sometimes. That kind of has a little bit of a cheap feel to it. But when you consider what what is the steering wheel and the side panel together, it actually is a pretty good price if you ask me, compared to say like a G29 or something like that. Logitech G29, which is just a steering wheel and pedals. I think it's like close to, is it $350, $400 or something like that? And that's just a steering wheel and pedal. That's no extra doohickeys. Whereas the Satec one here, it's, you know, the steering wheel, pedals, and side panel. That is, at least in my opinion, like I said, pretty good deal. Obviously not quite as good a quality as, say, a Logitech G29, but it's still pretty good. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Logitech, if they do something with the drivers or not. Because I do have a Logitech G27, and my biggest complaint with the G27 is the drivers and the software. And I know I've said this many times before. It seems like Logitech makes really good hardware. I mean, really good hardware. It works good, but their software reeks of incompetence. I used to have a Logitech I think it was a G19 keyboard. Finally ended up throwing the piece of crap away. The keyboard was really good. No complaints about the keyboard. It was just the software that interfaced with the keyboard. I was always fiddling with it, dealing with it, uninstalling it, reinstalling it, fixing it. It just, yeah, drove me nuts, and I finally threw the piece of crap. Like I said, keyboard was good, so I can't really say piece of crap keyboard. It was a good keyboard. I finally threw away the good keyboard because the software was such junk. And I have the same issue with my G27 steering wheel as well. Seems like I'm always uninstalling, reinstalling the software. It's always never working when I want it to. Something's always derping up with it. It's just, yeah, pull your hair out silly how bad Logitech software is. But on the other hand, if you want really good hardware, they make really good hardware. They just need some help on the software end. I think we need to get Dustin some glasses or something. I don't know how you miss how you miss the combine there, running into the combine, but whatever. Someone should tell Dustin the big round thing about waist height, chest height. That's the steering wheel. You need to turn that. Okay, I'm being terrible now, I know. There we go. Okay, maybe not quite. Okay, maybe I'll just stand still and he can figure it out. Otherwise, we both move and then it'll really be, oh. Not gonna move? Okay. There we go. Now we got it figured out. Alex was saying, hope you have a Merry Christmas. Hope you do as well. Edward was saying, great video. I'm going to get that bale wrapper right away. Sowing Field 15 in Goldcrest Valley without the GPS mod is all it takes for you to immediately go get the GPS mod. It'd be awesome if you could upload more videos, but I understand why you can't keep up the great, why you can't. And keep up the great work. Okay, looks like we're done on this field. Let's see, is there anything else that needs harvesting with the corn header? It looks like 3 is ready to harvest. What do we have on 3 here? Three is canola. Okay, well, let's see if we have a head for canola then. And what is going on field 1 here? Hopefully that's being planted, because that is what? Sunflowers and corn. Okay, yeah, looks like that's being planted. It's always bad when I look at this screen and I see, oh crap, 2 crops on the same field. That happens a little more often than what I probably like to admit to, and I've, of course, done it myself a few times as well. It's fairly easy to do. Oh, actually, that's actually the field we're on, isn't it? That's right. Somebody is currently planting this field. Okay, there we go. Get the header folded up. Oh, looks like somebody must have bought something. We had about 700,000 when we started here. Wonder what we bought. I don't know if we actually have another header for this combine or not. We'll have to check. Actually, I'm pretty sure we do. We had a... there's a yellow header running around here somewhere for this combine, I believe. And by yellow header, I do mean a New Holland header. Okay, let's see what's there. I wonder where that would be at. Or maybe it's on the other combine. That could be. We only have one New Holland header. Easy way to check. What do we have for headers? We have 2 of them. Okay, so there is one somewhere. We just need to find it. Not 100% sure I'm a fan of this particular vehicle finding interface here. It seems like they could use to improve this. I'll hear a little bit. Okay, there's one header there. Is that the one that's on the combine, though? Oh, there's the other one. Where's that one? Oh, that one is there. Okay, so what is here then? Got one there, one here. Okay. We'll drop this one off in the shed here and see once maybe there's a I think we only have 2 combines as far as I know. We'll head out here and see what's up with the other header there. And by the way, for those of you wondering, yes, you can, for the most part, drive through the ditches in this game. Might have to be a little bit careful about getting stuck with maybe a smaller vehicle, but you can hop the ditches. Reminds me a little bit, for those of you who remember the Michigan map. Back in Farming Simulator 15, that was a good map in my opinion. Might be a little bit biased opinion on that one, obviously. Oh, let's see. Can I not get through here? Oh, yes, you can. Okay, there's the road. Okay, we'll get that connected up there and then fold up the header. Now, I'm pretty sure, folks, you will get struck by lightning when you do this, so I would recommend extreme care when connecting a New Holland header to a John Deere. Pretty sure there's some law about that somewhere that you're not allowed to do that. But, unfortunately, this combine does not come with a header. I don't quite know why the mod author doesn't make a header for it. But, oh well. Probably better than putting a red header on here, I suppose. Red header being a case header there, of course. Pretty sure something freezes over when you put a red header on a John Deere combine. Okay, let's get set up with the GPS here a moment. There we go, a little bit bigger than the corn header there at 13.6 meters. Mathos was saying all I want for Christmas is the Oklahoma map. Boy, I keep getting a lot of comments about people asking if the Oklahoma map's coming out, when it's coming out, if it'll come out. Don't have an answer for anybody on that yet, other than I'm assuming at some point, like I said before, it will probably come out. But I don't know when. Stephen was saying, great videos. I enjoy playing on your servers. Hope everyone enjoys the wrapper. Stephen, by the way, is the mod author behind the RDAllen AUL wrapper. Which, even though, by the way, it has my name in it, I can take no credit for it. It is made by Stephen. Well, technically it's Giant's bale wrapper. Then he just took it, changed color on it, put my logo on it, and added the automatic unloading part. The best part of that baler, if you ask me. Why someone hasn't come out with that before, I don't quite understand. But yes, definitely very nice with the automatic unloading on that wrapper. And for those of you who have not seen that wrapper yet, if you didn't watch last episode here on the March map, you're really missing out on seeing a really good wrapper here. So towards the end of the list on the mods here, we have the RDAllen AUL 2017. This is a Blizzard brand, I guess he changed it to. Kind of a green. I don't know why you see so much blue up there, but I guess maybe it is actually blue. I haven't really looked at that close, I guess. But this has the automatic unloading option for wrapping bales. So once the bale is done wrapping, you can just turn on the automatic unload feature and it will automatically unload the bales. So you don't have to sit here pushing a key all the time. Very nice, like I said. Buffalo Gaming was saying, great video, keep it up. Thank you very much for that. Samuel was saying, I can't believe you didn't buy anything with all that cash. Saban kind of pointed it out here in a reply. They're waiting to buy a new field. That was true. We were kind of saving it up for a new field. But then, of course, we splurged and bought some new equipment here as well. Big Texan, looks like me and him are going to have a talk here, said, first, I couldn't help it. People in your first comments. Dijanantami? Probably, okay, let me say it this way. Definitely not saying your name right. I was going to say probably not. I'm pretty sure I'm not. Why did you cultivate over plowed ground? Because you always cultivate plowed ground? I hate to point out the obvious answer there, but unless I'm missing something in your question about why do you cultivate over plowed ground, well, it's because you always cultivate plowed ground. Mathos was asking, could you do a short video on how to install the Courseplay developer version? If I remember, I will get one up sometime on that. For those of you wondering, it is a little bit different. When you download the Courseplay developer version, it's going to download as a zip, but you can't just put that zip in your mod folder. You do have to extract that. And then 1 or 2 levels into the folder, I forget how many, I think it's 2. Something like that. You will actually find all the files. You actually need to take those and then zip those files and move that to your mod folder. So you can't just drop it straight in. You do have to extract it. Go into the extracted folder. I think it's, like I said, 1 more folder. And then you will find actually all the files that actually make up the Courseplay mod. You need to take all those files and zip them. Rehoboth was saying, my son and I would love to have the game. We dairy farm in Manitoba, so that's pretty cool. Shadow was asking, great video, awesome map. What mod do you use to auto-load those trailers? So talking about the bale trailers, it's not actually a mod. It's actually part of the trailers. And the trailers we were using there in that video are identical to the in-game one. They're just a modded version that come with the auto-loading script. So it's actually not a specific mod that just, you know, automatically adds auto-loading to all trailers. It actually has to be built for that. So that trailer actually has to have that script on it. Anyway, folks, looking at the time, looks like it's time to wrap up the episode already. So that you folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them below. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time.